I recently saw this video on LinkedIn by 𝘀𝗵𝘁, and beautiful video, by the way. And it said that you have to have the courage to unlearn and the ability to learn and adapt. And that is what makes the difference between the good and the great. And I completely agree. If you have to be great, you have to be different. And these 3 points kind of, are the crux of it. You have to look at all the 3 things: the ability to unlearn, not the ability, the courage, not the ability, but the courage to unlearn, and the ability to learn and adapt. Now, if you look at the solar industry business leaders, most of the people, they're really dynamic. They have this ability to learn and that desire to, get more out of the industry and the knowledge, and also the ability to adapt. There is no doubt about it, because if that would not have been there, they won't survive. It is impossible for them to survive. Now, looking at overall part of it, what I have observed is that inability, or rather the lack of courage to unlearn. Most of the business leaders today, if you look at them, they are generational business leaders. And if you see the difference between how the companies of these generational business leaders is growing, and how the companies of these new entrepreneurs, the first time, the first time startup kind of mindset people are growing, there's a huge difference between the growth trajectory and the way it is growing. But the traditional business leaders who have been successful in the past in either solar or other businesses are really stuck and don't like that change. And you have to have a lot of courage to change, because what most business leaders do not realize is that even if something worked for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 or 100 years, it is not going to work today. And I actually agree कि हिंदी में कहावत है, चलते घोड़े को चाबुक नहीं मारते. So whatever is working, let's not fiddle with it. That is fine. But at the same time, if you have to go from good to great, you have to fiddle with it. If you want more speed, चलते घोड़े को एक चाबुक मारना पड़ता है. It doesn't work out every time. Everything does not require that 100%, topsy-turvy change. Maybe some things require 1% change or 10% change. But believe you me, most of the processes, most of the systems require an overhaul. That is a 90 to 110% change in about 2 to 3 years. Why? Because maybe your process is working, but the world has changed. Today we live in a digital age. The speed of time that the speed at which time moves in the digital universe and in the physical universe is very, very different. In the digital universe, 1 second is equal to a day or a week or a month or a year, depending on where you are or which platform you're looking at. And most of the people spend time on digital more as compared to on physical. Yes, physical is important. Yes, physical requires things to do. Yes, you need brains and a very stable mindset to grow your business. But you also need the courage to change. And Sibar, I think that is one thing that changes from good to great. The other two things that you said, they're very important. You cannot, it cannot be without that. But what changes from good to great is the courage and the ability and the grit that you have. Accept that change, to accept that whatever I did in the past 5 years is no longer working. And that's a big hit on the ego for most of the people. It takes a lot of courage for that. So I completely agree with the first point. You have to have the courage to change. All the business leaders out there, have that courage. Trust in yourself. You have made, you've made yourself successful. That could not have happened without courage. Now get it to the forefront. Requesting all business leaders, get it to the forefront. Have the courage to change. And it will, you can reap wonders out of it. I hope this was interesting, because this was my perspective on how the industry should change or how the industry would move ahead. I hope I didn't offend anybody. But till next time, Jai Hind.